Hello there, this is James and you're watching Tixee Live. And a very good morning to all of you, and all of you a very happy Friday. In today's program, I want to have a brief catch up of what is where the markets are at the moment as the US returns from its Thanksgiving holiday to have a partial holiday as it's Black Friday. Plus, talk a little bit more about Man United because I can't help it because it's in the headlines again, and to say a special thank you to all of you. But before I get into all of that, don't forget, these little videos are for educational purposes only, and in no way whatsoever should ever be taken as financial advice. I always suggest you do your own research and do your own due diligence. And of course, there are the risks at hand before entering any trade. With that out of the way, let's get started. So technically, the markets at the moment is a bit fed up. What do I mean by that? Because obviously the Fed FOMC minutes on Wednesday was considered pretty dovish. The markets are pretty much holding steady as it is, because don't forget, in those minutes, it did admit or did sort of underline the fact that come December, the Fed will only do a 50 basic point rate hike and will start to slow down on their rate hikes, which is giving the market pretty much a boost. And the dollar is still very much on the back foot, where we can see the sterling and the euro benefiting greatly. We'll have a look at the markets in a moment. But I just want to underline one thing. Like I say, today's Black Friday. So yes, the European session is doing the normal trading hours, but the US session will close early. So we're expecting the market to be pretty tepid today, pretty sideward bound, because still pretty much up against a bit more risk on appetite at the moment. But all this can change like that, because next week we have some major events coming up which can change the sentiment completely. We have US ADP employment, US GDP, Kapow, J Powell, of course, I can't call him K Powell, is my nickname for him, is speaking, and US NFP. Now, US NFP is expected to come in negative. So that, if it does, will give the market more of a boost. But more importantly, I think is what Kapow says, or J Powell, what he says. Does he underline one simple fact? Okay. Yes, he might underline the fact that the FOMC will agree to do more smaller increments in rate increases. But will he underline the fact? Will he underline the fact that interest rates aren't going to stop at 5%? If he does, like he did that in his press conference 2 weeks ago, then the market may get jitters. But anyway, let's have a quick look at the market as it stands at the moment. So as again, this is the S&P 500, still very much, in above the 4,000 points, 4,033 points. It's fairly range bound at the moment. Like I say, the market's just getting back from holiday, and I don't expect any dramatic change unless we get some real big breaking news on that. On a daily, though, we have a look at on daily, which is more important on the long term. It's just above that 200-day moving average. The key level there for me, 3,018 points and 69. Euro dollar, pretty much the same picture as well. Looking set to have a fourth day of gains against the US dollar. Currently trading again as well above that 200-day moving average. Key area for me with the euro dollar is 1.03882. And the sterling, which has been a massive recovery story, huge recovery story. Again, trading around the 200-day moving average, set to have a third day of gains against the greenback. A fourth day of gains against the greenback, currently trading around about 1.2102. Key level for me, and this is where it's hovering around, is 1.21092. Gold, we got to look at gold, obviously. One of my true loves, my first loves in trading is gold. Currently, maybe capped under that key level for me of $1,759.59, currently trading at $1,752.41. But like I say, all this sentiment, okay, we have got weaker dollar, risk on sentiment because of the FOMC minutes on Wednesday. Yes, the US is just getting back from holiday on a partial holiday, and it's going to be a partial holiday today. Really, it's next week's events which could really change the mood. On another story I've got to talk about, I've been talking about it for several days, but because it's the main talk of the town, Manchester United again are in the headlines again. Saudi Arabia wants investors to take over both Manchester United and Liverpool. Don't forget, both those two clubs are for sale. Now, Prince Abdulaziz, I can't say his name properly. I do apologize. I hope so, he said. If there are investors and numbers add up, it will make good business. The Premier League is the best league in the world, he goes on to say. It is the most watched league, and they are diehard fans of those teams in the kingdom. So it would so it would be a benefit for everyone. And don't forget, there's already a Saudi investment group owns Newcastle United. So if another Saudi investment group owns Liverpool and Manchester United, then already you've really got then battle of the oil barons. Because don't forget, you have Manchester City is owned by the Emirates, or I say owned by an Abu Dhabi consortium, and PSG as well is owned by an oil consortium. So, that's the way football is going. They're no longer owned by individual owners, they're owned by countries, pretty much. So it'll be interesting to see how this turns out. But let's have a quick look at United's share price, because that's been a really big story this week. Because since those rumours of the Glazers taking over, it's literally skyrocketed. It's literally up around about 24%. It was trading before the announcement around $12.55. It closed before yesterday at $18.31. A huge move. So it'll be really interesting to see how it opens today when the US comes back from eating all that turkey and pumpkin pie. On another thing, the main thing really, which I wanted to say. Special thanks to everybody. Because today's broadcast is the 300th broadcast of tixeeLive. We have done, including this one, 261 episodes of tixeeLive, 10 episodes of #AskJames, 24 episodes of tixeeLive watch-alongs, which are probably my favorite, I think. I think everybody agrees the watch-alongs are my favorite. And 5 episodes of the Trading School. So we've reached that 300 mile. So it's a really massive thank you to everybody who's come along and watched this little channel and supported it and engaged with it. And, like I say, without you guys, without you ladies and gents, this show would have never been. So I really, really, really appreciate it. All your support, all your views and everything. And like I say, we've had, the 300 episodes, we've had some really, really good ones. I mean, the watch-alongs obviously always stand out, like the US CPI just 2 weeks ago, which was a hell of an event. And it's been great sharing with you. And let's hope we have many, many more. But a big, big thank you to everybody for supporting the channel. It means a lot. And I really, really, really appreciate it. Anywho, as the markets currently stand, the FTSE is currently trading in the green, 0.13%. DAX currently trading slightly in the red, 0.12%. Euro Stock 50 currently trading negative, 0.18%. Don't forget, you can ask me questions anytime you wish, or say hello if you like. Share with me your opinion, But like I say, a big thank you to everybody for the 300th episode today. It's been superb. I really, really, really appreciate it. If you think of a question later, you can put it in the comment section, either on Facebook or YouTube. I will see them. And I will reply to them next time I go live on air. So do remember that. Anywho, if you're watching me on Facebook, as I always say, by all means, if you like this little video, by all means, give us a follow. If you're watching us on YouTube and you enjoyed this little video, subscribe if you like. Hit the notification button so you know next time when I'm going live. If you enjoyed this video, find it interesting and useful, and you just generally love the series, and you've put up with me, in general, my enthusiasm for the markets, I simply cannot help because I love the markets, then give me one of those. It's nice to know that you like what I do. Anyway, to another time. Don't forget, these little videos are for educational purposes only, and in no way whatsoever should ever be taken as financial advice. I always suggest you do your own research and do your own due diligence. And of course, know the risks at hand for entering any trade. Till another time, every single one of you, trade safe.